Once upon a time, in a high and far-off times, the elephant had no trunk. He had only a blackish, baldy nose that it was with the size of a boot, that he could wiggle it side to side. But he couldn't pick up things with it. It was just too short. However, there was the elephant's child, who was full of curiosities. And that means he has ever so many questions. He lived in the great Africa, and he lived with all of his curiosities. One fine morning, he came up to Polo Bird, who was sitting on a bit of a thorn bush with wonderful pride. And the elephant said, I'm a fan with great curiosity, and I want to know what the crocodile has for dinner. And Polo Bird said, go to the banks of the great land of Pobo River and find out. And that fine morning, the elephant's child went down to Grant's Kimberley, and from Kimberley to Gamma's country, and from Gamma's country east by north, till he went to the banks of the great land of Pobo River, precisely as Polo Bird has told him. But if you know and understand, the elephant's child has never met a crocodile before, and he didn't know what was it like. So he went to the edge of the banks of the Pobo River, and it was the crocodile. And the elephant's child said most politely, excuse me, said the elephant's child most politely, but have you happened to seen a crocodile in these primiculous parts? Come here, Heather one, said the crocodile. Why did you ask such things? Excuse me, said the elephant's child most politely, but I'm inflamed with full curiosity. And the crocodile said, well, come here, Heather one, but I am the crocodile. And the elephant's child grew up breathless and said, you're the very person I've been looking for all these long days. But could you please tell me, what do you have for dinner? And the crocodile said, lifting half his tail, and the elephant's child stepped back most politely. Come here, Heather one, and I'll whisper. And the elephant's child came up close to the crocodile musky-tusky mouth. And the crocodile cut his little nose. And the crocodile began pulling and saying between his teeth, I think I'll begin with the elephant's child. And the elephant's child was very scary, annoyed, and saying between his nose, stop pulling me, you're hurting me, let go. And the crocodile began pulling and pulling and pulling, and the elephant's child's nose kept on stretching and stretching and getting longer and longer. And the crocodile started making creamy and whisking his mud, and the poor elephant's child was making hard his little poor legs, and he was pulling and pulling and pulling until the crocodile made a fail with his pulling and let go the elephant's child's nose. The elephant sat down for 3 days waiting for his nose to shrink, but it never shrank any shorter. And the elephant's child's nose became him squid. So the elephant's child went home back to Africa, frisking and whisking his trunk, so you may see and understand that the crocodile had pulled it out in through a really and truly trunk, same as all elephants have today.